a not too distant future, somewhere in time and space, Mike Nelson and his robot pals are caught in an endless chase, pursued by a woman whose name is Pearl, an evil gal who wants to rule the world. She threw a few things in her purse, and in her rocket ship she hunts him all across the universe.
I'll send him cheesy movies, the worst I can find. He'll have to sit and watch them all, and I'll monitor his mind.
Now keep in mind, Mike can't control where the movies begin or end. He'll try to keep his sanity with the help of his robot friends.
Robot roll call camera.
You're on.
Gypsy. Tom Servo.
Check me out.
Crew.
I'm different.
If you're wondering how he eats and breathes and other science facts, just repeat to yourself it's just a show. I should really just relax. Oh, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mike, Pro, Gypsy, front and center, people. Hello and welcome. Today is Business Casual Day here on the Satellite of Love. You see, relieving people from the strict conventions of business attire creates a more informal environment. Get in here, which contributes to productivity and a general sense of well-being for all employees.
El Servo, we're not a business, so why do we need a business casual day?
Yes, we do. To help us all, I've codified the parameters of Business Casual Day. There's your copy.
Well, I just don't think we need a business casual day.
Yes, we do, Mike.
Well, why?
Because of productivity and morale and stuff. Well, let's review. No chaps without pants, Mike. Number 2, no sheer camisoles, Mike. Number 3, no toeless shoes or sandals or spiked heels, Mike.
Okay, well, it seems pretty absurd to me. I'm not going to participate in casual day. You have
Yes,
fun,
you
though.
have to,
Bye-bye.
Mike. See, it's casual day. It's fun. Come on. Fine. Don't have business casual day, you jerks.
Servo. Huh. Oh, we'll be right back.
Am I done?
Yeah, you can knock off for the day.
Okay.
Well, can I dress like a turn-of-the-century carnival barker?
Well, it's very simple. If the spats are shiny and buttoned and the straw boater is well blocked, neat, and free of hair fixatives, then yes, you can dress like a turn-of-the-century carnival barker.
The apes?
Ask them what they're wearing.
No, I'm not going to do that.
That capacitor's gonna kill you.
Hey, don't worry about it, Sporto. I discharged the capacitor already, okay?
Oh, how do you do, Bright Eyes? Be with you in a second. Well, some neighbors dropped by and they brought their, what do you call this thing again?
The holy and everlasting bomb.
Right, and we're helping them fix their detonator, Whatamahoochie, so that they can, how did you put that again?
Reveal our true selves unto the bomb.
That's it, yeah.
Well, all right. Let's give that a try.
Detonator circuit is non-functional.
Detonator circuit is non-functional. Detonator's out. I'm going to have to pull this whole thing out of here. Let's shut it down.
Let's get troubleshooting here. The bomb has power but will not detonate. Bomb will detonate but people aren't dying. Now here it is. Bomb has no power and will not detonate. It says, Pete, if you flip jumper J8 on the motherboard, you can bypass the...
Hey, thanks for the help. I tried that already, okay? What I got to do... I mean, you want to keep it down? I'm trying to fix your bomb here.
Mike, why don't you and your statues take 5 while we try to fix this thing?
Oh, my goodness, they're messing around with a thermonuclear device.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be sending us the movie.
Well,
Jeez.
No, you fool. The Earth is going to be destroyed and take us with it unless we get the nanites to fix our ship now.
Yes.
Hello, nanites.
Yo.
We need our ship fixed, and we need it fixed now.
Well, I'm the only one here today. You got a work order?
Well, no, but I told you about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the name on that?
Nelson. Mike Nelson?
Felson?
No, Nelson.
Felson, right?
No, Nelson. Nelson.
Relson?
No, it's Nelson. What? Nelson.
Well, I'm going to go checking back for that work order. Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Relson? Get yourself a cup of coffee.
Okay,
Oh,
hurry up, please. Gee, ow.
Whoa! Well, it's no use. The locking nut's froze and we need something to grab onto the hub while we crank on it from below.
Why don't you just use a pair of locking pliers and a spanner?
Oh, Mike, shh.
That's brilliant! Thank you, Nosferatu. Don't you hear that, Peanuts?
Yeah, I think it'll work.
Okay, let me grab it.
Okay, ready?
2, 3.
Detonation in 30 seconds.
Congratulations. Good one, Nelson.
Oh, wonderful bomb, oh, glorious bomb, oh, wonderful, glorious bomb. Oh, wonderful bomb, oh, glorious bomb.
Okay, what's the poop, boo-boo? And let's make it fast. I'm late for cardio boxing. Yeah!
Well, we armed our neighbor's thermonuclear device, lawgiver.
And I help.
Okay, fine, great. You start the movie, put it on auto execute, and I'll be right back.
15 seconds to detonation.
Well, Nelson, your movie today is The Deadly Mantis. And by the way, what is a thermonuclear device anyway?
Please hurry up with that work order.
Well, I found it. Must have fell behind a desk.
Okay, great. So how long to fix the ship?
Oh, not long. There, it's done. You have control of your ship.
Come on, I couldn't. Ah!
Wow, they're quick.
Well, why didn't you do that weeks ago?
Hey, I don't go to the gym without a work order.
Forget All right, here we go, guys.
All right, Mike.
Warp speed.
Yep.
And engage. Oh, right.
I feel a disturbance, as though a million monkeys cried out at once, and then were silenced.
Yes. It's unimaginably horrible.
Yes, the Earth is destroyed.
No. Worse. We got movie. No!
The world is closed due to massive amounts of snow.
Hey, shh, listen, there's a kind of hush all over the world.
And next we'll see Buckminster Fuller's Dymaxion version.
The map you're about to see is true.
It's a rather useless mall map.
Socks appeal level 2.
When in the universe, be sure to visit the beautiful United States.
Oh, we're going to Nova Scotia. Good, some herring would be nice. And no, we're going to the British Isles. Great, to taste some Guinness. And I guess it's Morocco for some beautiful rugs. And, the Ivory Coast then for its lovely ivory. And I guess we're going to the South Sandwich Islands. Yes, I've got some family there in the Oh, forget it.
Oh, Dot, I've always wanted to go there.
Somebody dropped a joint on the map.
Don't soak your map in nitroglycerin.
It's a magma flow at savings at Menards.
Please call the gas company before digging.
The Earth's pores are opening like mad.
Yeah, the other planets refer to the Earth as old pizza face.
For every action,
There is a Jackson.
there is an equal and opposite reaction.
There, I said it, and I'd say it again if I had to.
In Paraguay, a woman shops. Connection?
We take you now to a cold water flat in Brooklyn where another volcano is erupting.
You know what? Screw you, Greenland.
Yeah. You're looking live at Sold Out Greenland.
Oh, so we're not going to Greenland then, apparently.
Apparently, the director was a former cartographer.
Because of volcanic activity, a creature named Santa Claus crawled out of the ice.
They really had no idea what this movie was about, did they?
Nope.
Here in the frosting mines of Canada, the slaves of Betty Crocker work round the clock.
Hey, it's spring in Minnesota.
Yeah, we tease Minnesota.
The icebergs arrange themselves for their long winter nap.
Summon Queequeg, it's the Great White One.
Just a little wax on my undercarriage, please.
Ah, well, finally. All right.
Starring Vanilla Ice, Ice Cube, VV Snow, Ice-T, Hank Snow.
And our super white cast.
For whiter whites, use Universal Movies.
Leon?
He had the laziest, most unimaginative parents in the world.
Hey, let me out. I gotta forage for a breadcrumb or something.
You know, behind the credits, you can see the Ant of Turin.
I distinctly heard him say Jew ran.
This could take a while, folks.
Radio Free Mantis.
Radar.
Please.
Designed to defend us against attack. Radar stations on mountaintops, in deserts, deep in untracked
Purina
forests,
radar, chow.
in 1,000 secret and isolated places. Over both oceans, there are radar-equipped picket planes.
Deep-sea
In
mosques.
both oceans, man-made radar islands to guard our flanks.
Your flanks, maybe.
There are the inshore pickets, and several hundred miles beyond them are the offshore pickets.
And Wilson Pickett.
Another radar fence stretches across the long, unfortified border between the United States and Canada.
Canada, our mortal enemy.
The Pine Tree Radar Fence.
The natural radar of pine trees protects our northern borders.
And beyond that,
You're on your
still
own.
another network of electronic eyes. The Mid-Canada Radar Fence.
As brutally graphic as this is, we needed to make a point.
Even farther north, in the very shadow of the North Pole, this fence, the distant early warning system known as the Dew Line,
Yeah, more like the don't line.
ready to transmit the first warning signal of a sneak attack across the polar region.
Unfortunately, the Soviets attacked from Mexico.
To build the Dew Line, an armada of ships was assembled in the largest and most secretly planned operation since the Normandy invasion. Grinding through treacherous polar ice fields in a desperate gamble against time and weather.
So how does a bug fit in?
To land a mountain of supplies, machines, tractors, and men upon the ice.
Yes, in the glorious days before environmental impact statements.
Building a better snowless Arctic.
First things first,
We all went.
level landing strips for heavy cargo planes.
Or strip malls.
Then shelters for the men, for the planes, and for operations. And while some hands are busy laying long pipelines to transport fuel, others build tanks to store it.
Canada calls to ask, what are you guys doing up there?
The work continues day and night around the clock, 7 days a week.
The Corn Palace is built.
Long last, the ships are gone. The summer is gone. But the job is finished.
And the job was what again?
After all this work, how could we ever really disarm, you know?
Red Eagle 1, Sentinel of the Arctic, nerve center of the Dew Line, is operational.
Good night, everyone.
Don't land on our snow fort.
Colonel Parkman arriving, dispatch jeep.
Plane overdid it on the lipstick.
Yeah.
The plane drops its eggs on the runway to be fertilized by male planes.
Actors are shipped in from the mainland.
Colonel Parkman,
Who said that?
glad to have you with us.
Welcome to Ventriloquist Island.
Across the roof of the continent, still farther north,
I can't
an
stop.
outpost of the Dew Line.
Want to dance, Tad? It's our song.
The applause meter does not like this song.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Get a look at this.
There's a radar screen here.
Hey, there's crappies 20 feet below the polar ice cap.
I don't see anything.
Except that giant deadly Mantis.
Hey, wait a minute. Listen.
There's a mosquito in the house.
It's almost on top of us.
It's a confetti storm.
So, you think it's gonna snow today?
John Sununu goes for a haircut.
Climbing without oxygen, Maria ascended to 20,000 feet.
Should he be up there on his respirator?
They dump their garbage over the side.
This is Kane. Picket 7327, calling Red Eagle 1. Come in, Red Eagle 1. This is Kane. Picket 7327, calling Red Eagle 1. Come in, Red Eagle 1.
This is Norm McDonald.
Big 7327 is Red Eagle 1. I read you over.
Put the old man on the horn, will you, Pete?
Who, Dizzy Gillespie?
Roger. I've got Lieutenant Kane, sir.
Huh? No, let me talk to that little bitch.
Colonel Parkman, Walter. What's up?
We're over weather 4, sir. The building's been damaged. Looks like the roof's caved in. If there's anyone inside, they could be hurt, or worse. I tried to contact them, but there was no answer. Over.
We'll get right on it. Over and out.
Oh, I like my job.
Wow, he's got a huge game of Battleship going there.
When did Weather 4 report in last?
I don't know, sir.
0800, sir, right in the button. See if you can contact him again. All right.
Do you have to have your area right near me, sir?
Red Eagle 1, calling Weather 4. Red Eagle 1, calling Weather 4. Come in, Weather 4.
Oh, we just can't have nice radar.
Oh, no, they let Stan Laurel watch the HUD.
The aftermath of the great snowball wars of 1955.
Ice walls are now outlawed by the Geneva Convention.
It was the Comanches, sir.
This is horrible. Just think of the kind of force it takes to destroy a Quonset hut.
Hey, let's loot the place.
Why a bassoon? You'll never know.
This is just stuff. It's not antiques.
You know, maybe the Army shouldn't have recruited Keith Moon.
2 men don't just vanish.
These did.
Well, you just don't get irony, do you?
I left pancakes on the stove. You want some?
Rock and roll, just as I suspected.
I don't get it. Everything was under control when they checked in at 0800.
Nothing unusual has been reported since then. No storms?
Well, it wasn't a gale that wrecked this shack.
It was a Debbie.
The sides are caved out as though something crashed into the roof.
Oh, I wonder if something crashed into the roof.
It was a plane that hit it.
Ah, don't say plane.
I peed your pants. I'm not sure how.
Maybe there's a very ordinary explanation for what happened. Maybe the men are on the way back to the base right now.
On foot?
Were you saying it isn't commies?
Footprints in the snow. You see any?
That was below the belt, sir.
Hey, it's really nice out.
Well, there's Mantis scat out here.
Uh-oh, giant cross-country skiers.
Take a look here.
Bob says I can't come out, it's too cold.
What do you got?
Rhythm!
I don't know.
Then why'd you call me out here?
They're saving their oily rags.
Plane?
Or peanut.
No plane ever made that short a run.
Guess I knew that. I'm sorry.
Helicopter?
Oh, a helicopter couldn't make a furrow like that.
Well, this isn't snow, it's Bonami.
Damn, I dropped the plane keys here somewhere.
There is an ordinary explanation to what happened, but I wouldn't take any bets.
Yeah, there's one thing we can be sure of. It wasn't a giant deadly mantis.
Django Reinhardt was here.
That's a nice snow sculpture, Steve, but what about the dead guys?
Paid $12 million for this radar, and the fight's over in 3 minutes.
So the only recent contact you had with the weather shack was when the helicopter dropped supplies there 5 days ago?
Yes, sir.
You checked Weather 1?
Yes, sir. Weather 4 made contact with them at 0813. Everything was Jake.
Did you check to see if I was Gig Young?
I'm picking up something, Colonel, but it doesn't make sense.
It's simply not Jake.
I never saw a blip like that before. It's there, then it's gone.
I think that's the definition of a blip.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is again. What do you make of it? I'm not taking any chances. Sound the red alert.
Skillet Scramblehorn.
Hundreds of Bob Cranes scramble to the rescue.
I'm scrambling, but where am I going?
Let's just get up there and fly and make it look like we're doing something.
Vector 360, climb to Angels 3, bogey 90 miles.
Get off my runway, you jerk.
A double pleasure's waiting for you. Gophers! Big ones!
Complicated orthodontia.
Oh, this is where they grow and harvest pitchers' mouths.
Men, commence tapping the Rockies.
Terrence, you have the whole air. Could you move over?
Red leader to control. Nothing here. Give us a new vector.
Bogey has disappeared. Return to home plate.
Well, that accomplished a lot.
Thanks, and good night, everybody.
And the slower, fatter plane tries to catch up.
I'm so baked right now. Dude, you gotta hear this Rush tape. Let's pull over for some Mickey cakes and Doritos, man.
Yeah, I got a yellow jacket in my headphones.
Sorry.
Ugh, did you forget to throw away that burrito from 2 weeks ago?
Oh, we haven't even left the ground yet.
A big kid put a quarter in the airplane.
I can't sleep. Tell me a story.
The Mantis calls in air support.
Codependent Air Force planes.
Hey, hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can I come along? What's going on, huh? What are we doing? Where are we going?
Hey, stop eating me. I'm still alive.
Sugar Pine to Red Eagle 1. Come in, Red Eagle 1.
Oh, jeez, not again.
Come in, Red Eagle 1.
Hello, Sugar Pines. Red Eagle 1. Go ahead.
Red Eagle 1, we're over the wreckage of the C-47.
They found it, Colonel.
I didn't hear that. I got a lunch date.
Position. Yes, sir. Alert Lieutenant Pizer. Yes, sir.
I'm suddenly thirsty for antifreeze. I don't know why.
Well, some fancy ski weekends for this plane.
Sir, let's just surrender to the Russians.
Hi, we're here about the Reliant you had for sale.
Colonel!
Yellow snow, sir. Can I eat it?
Looks just like the weather shack.
Frosty the Snowman's partially melted body was found at the site, a victim of a pistol whipping. Herbie the Misfit Elf is wanted for questioning.
I think I can get it going.
Okay, we've investigated. Let's get out of here. It's freezing.
You've got to put an end to freebasing on our planes.
Hey, go-go boot material.
Great hat.
That's his hair, Mike.
He has very slow synapses.
Where are they? Where are the bodies? Easy.
If it's so easy, why don't you do it?
In their last futile attempt to save themselves, they taped their plastic salad bowls to the roof of the plane.
Look out!
The thing that almost didn't hit you!
I think they must have significantly underbid the FAA to conduct this investigation.
Ooh.
What in the world? What is it? I don't know.
It's Mojo's fingernail.
Looks like it had been broken off of something. That point's as sharp as a needle.
No, it isn't. Come on.
Gentlemen, this looks delicious.
I give up. You got me.
Why can't we come in?
Well, where do we go from here? We'll have to let Conad worry about that.
Conan?
Gonad.
This is CONAD,
And you are?
the Continental Air Defense Command at Colorado Springs. The focal point of the supersonic shield that guards the North American continent.
And Children's Palace.
A shield that could mean the difference between life and death for millions of Americans.
Phone races.
These are hot phones. Using them, it takes only 15 seconds to talk to Alaska.
A dime a minute.
10 seconds to alert Newfoundland.
Not that you'd want to.
5 seconds to contact you.
Me?
3 seconds to reach the Pentagon command post.
But it's a party line, so it's always busy.
General Ford speaking.
Excuse me, sir. The world just blew up.
Yes.
I see.
Brunch is canceled. Phew.
Good. I'll take a plane right out.
I got a call back for Carousel.
The Arctic Command has delivered the package.
And so we gather to remember Mrs. Pearl Forrester, who was now passed from this mortal coil.
Amen.
Oh, and the several billion apes who perished from the blast, too, thanks to Mike.
Yeah, good one.
I don't think you can blame me for every single
Mike,
billion
show
ape.
some respect, huh?
What to say about a woman like Pearl?
Yeah, what to say?
What to say, folks? Well, she lived a life that was, well, she managed to live a life that, well, she was alive, technically.
Yeah, boy, true enough, huh?
Crow, weren't you saying something the other day about her, that she wasn't as awful as one might think?
Oh, no. I was talking about that show Nash Bridges. It's pretty good. It's got this cute lady.
Well, you get our drift, Lord. Now that Pearl has gone over to the other side, or rather has been hurled violently to the other side, really, because of Mike's bottomless stupidity.
Why do you blame my bottomless stupidity for everything? It isn't up. Hey.
Oh my God!
What's that?
Gamma, give us rocket number 9!
Your reports of my death were greatly exaggerated, you crapheads. I escaped with minor damage to the dew. Now, eat lead.
Oh, she's got that spaceman souped up to heck and back. She's outmaneuvering me at every turn.
All right, baby, out! Out!
Get it, Gyps.
Ha! Nelson, you big sissy. Making that oversized purple shop vac do your driving for ya. Ha!
Oh, yeah, sister? Well, you're gonna be eating my space dust.
Dream on. I'm switching to my 9-iron, dead girl. What the hell is this, an old throw rug? Ah! Who is it? I have a gun. I have lots of guns.
It's only I, lawgiver, your wretched servant.
Boo-boo, you dared stow away on my ship?
No, I didn't really. Well, the force of the blast must have thrown me into the doors of your own...
Save your pathetic excuses, you giant hairball. Make yourself useful. You ever use one of these?
Of course, lawgiver. Our civilization is far advanced in the use of weaponry and... Oh, I shot my toe!
You've never handled a piece, you big fibber.
Well, I have, lawgiver. It's just been a long time, and I don't... Oh, I shot my other toe off!
Shut up, we're losing them.
Wow. Oh, nice job, Gypsy. You shook him. You're like the Shirley Muldowney of deep space.
Thanks.
Listen, I'm going to downshift now.
Hang on! I'm gonna try to pull behind this asteroid. Shh! Kill the lights, Mike.
Where the hell did they go?
Nice job, Gypsy. I think you shook him.
Phew, I need a Diet Fresca.
Servo, what's that supposed to be?
I'm idling.
We'll be right back. Oh, stop it, okay?
Okay.
It's the Devil's Hideaway.
God, they turned it into a Chrysler plant.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm General Ford. Oh, no, please, sit down.
Now stand up again.
Gentlemen.
And honey.
I realize that the Air Force hasn't given you much time in which to make your tests, and that a definitive job may have been out of the question in the short time you've had.
Where am I?
But the Department of Defense hopes that during these 2 days of concentrated efforts, you've come to some conclusion about this.
Filmed in bald spot vision.
Professor Gunther, I believe you're in charge.
Yeah, you're a general. I was a general when I was 16.
All of us are agreed to accept one thing.
Angela Lansbury's hot.
This appendage comes from some living creature.
Maybe me.
But as to what creature it was once a part of, we are completely in the dark. Our anatomist, Dr. Arnold Burton, has been unable to identify this object. Professor Harvey Pierce is certain from his exploration that the hook cannot belong to the neurological system.
Yeah, but she's fighting it.
You seem to know more about what it isn't than what it is.
That is correct, sir.
There, that'll be $500 million.
Get back in your little boat, Grandpa.
Gentlemen, let's be logical.
This came from an elf.
Now, you tell me that this hook comes from something that's alive. All right.
When's Jello?
But it wasn't a part of the cargo, and it wasn't in the plane when it took off. So it must have come aboard after the crash, right?
That sounds logical.
Can I go home?
Now, what was it that came aboard? It shouldn't be so difficult. You know the animal life of the Arctic.
We have asked ourselves that, General.
Isn't that good enough?
You're not suggesting that it comes from some creature at present unknown.
It's a possibility we suggest you investigate, sir.
No!
How?
We recommend that you ask Dr. Nedrick Jackson of the Museum of Natural History here in Washington to look into this. He's their chief paleontologist and the country's leading authority on the Oligocene carnivory.
You lost me, Professor.
I thought I
He
would.
deals with life of past geological periods as shown by the fossil remains of plants and animals.
You're fascinating.
He has been able to reconstruct prehistoric creatures with no more to start with than a handful of bones.
Like me.
And he has a really nice house.
Lucille!
Oh, it's the random bones display.
I'm going to show everybody my Binky portraitures.
Please take a number.
Hi, Marge.
Hi.
Are you paleontology-ing?
What have you got there?
You cat.
The kids in my junior science group made it. Even added an extra vertebra, though it doesn't have enough already. Here. You want to count them?
Listen, if I'm ever to get next month's issue of the magazine out, we'd better start working.
I'll call my operatives.
I've done a feature.
Miss Mesozoic.
Life parades through the ages. Showing the progression of prehistoric creatures from the jellyfish to the dinosaur to primitive man.
It's a very simple 3-step evolution.
Sounds all right.
And I'm going to include the pictures we took on your last field trip.
Blackmail.
That's even better. Oh, excuse me.
That would be a phone, and that would mean I have a call.
Jackson talking. The Pentagon? Sure, I'll wait.
Quick.
What do you know? Maybe they want to call me back in the service. This is Dr. Jackson. General Ford?
General Tennessee Ernie Ford?
Yes?
Well, try lancing it.
I see, General. Of course, sir. I'll be right over.
General wants another foot massage.
Everything all right?
Of course.
You just demoted me to the gift shop.
Well, it isn't every day the Pentagon calls you.
It is so.
Very nosy.
Okay, be mysterious.
I'll just hang up your coat and hate you.
Well, if I tell you, you'll keep it a secret?
Hope to die.
They found an old bone up at the North Pole.
This is Bert Lahr.
The Pentagon wants to know to whom it belongs.
Oh, and we've been invaded by Spain, and mermaids are real. Bye.
I hate that smug bastard.
Well, gentlemen, it appears to be a giant devil's food snack well.
Can't tell us a dang thing, can you, Sonny?
Well, it doesn't look like bone. More like gristle or cartilage.
It's your thumb, you dork.
A structure as large as this would have to serve a very specialized purpose in order to be cartilaginous.
Have you any idea what it comes from?
Not the faintest. If it were bone, we could start from that.
It says made in Taiwan here.
What it does tell me, however, is that it can't be from an animal. Because every known species of animal has a bony skeleton. As a matter of fact, the reptile structure is bony.
I'm bony.
Even birds have bony skeletons.
Looks like we're getting nowhere fast.
On the contrary, we're making considerable progress. At least we know what it can't be, which is bound to lead us to what it is.
Hello?
Well, then, is there anything that doesn't have a bony skeleton?
Lots of things. Worms,
So it's
snails,
bony then.
insects, shellfish. Some invertebrates wear their skeletons on the outside. It's an outer shell called an exoskeleton, which is hard and rigid enough to protect the internal organs.
I'm lonely.
Insects have thin, flexible places between their heads and bodies, which allows them freedom of movement.
Who are you men, and where's my soup?
And they have folds where the muscles are attached.
Who's gonna drive me home?
I can't see a thing.
Ability.
An insect.
Well, that's where the process of elimination seems to lead us.
Please don't say elimination.
Of course, if it is an insect, it certainly doesn't tell us what kind it is.
Marie died, you know.
Find that out, partly from what we know, but mostly from what we deduce.
Doc, you're beginning to sound like Sherlock Holmes.
Sort of. Professor Gunther, the fluid from the end of the hook, you had it analyzed?
Well, we did what we could in the time we had.
Of course, you didn't know exactly what you were looking for.
Precisely.
Well, I'm not too much of an entomologist, but I do seem to remember that with very few exceptions, the blood of insects contains no red corpuscles. Now that we suspect this hook may have come from an insect, would you test the fluid for me and let me know what you get?
No.
Glad to. Thanks. Well, General, that's about it. Professor Gunther will make his tests, and
Probably screw it up.
we'll see what we can dream up.
Do you think we'll get somewhere?
Nah.
We'll do our best.
Charles de Gaulle Museum Guard.
Rob, you don't need to salute the paleontologist.
Get back here, you jerk. I saluted you.
You know, somehow I don't believe Paul Drake was ever this deep in thought.
Bones just don't excite me anymore.
He's wearing David Byrne's suit.
Oh, damn, another 10,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire. Jeez.
New petitions against tax.
Look pensive. Stare straight ahead.
So that's what they wanted to see you about.
You caused another polar tragedy, didn't you?
Don't you play games with me, Ned Jackson.
Not even our script risk?
I'm sorry.
There's an old saying that you can't keep anything from the press. And even if I'm only running a museum mag, I haven't lost my nose for news. That is what it's about.
Maybe.
I know it is.
Maybe not.
Why, it's as plain as the nose on your face.
The budget, Rosalind Russell.
The Pentagon has never consulted you before. The papers say they have a mystery on their hands. 1 and 1 still make 2, so it follows that they must need information in your field. Oh, Ned, give me a break. You don't know what it would mean if I could run a story about something that took place in this century.
Well, I
didn't
say it was restricted.
You see?
All right, it's
restricted.
It's like the paper says. There have been crashes and disappearances. But the real story is what they found at the last crash. It's about 5 feet long. It's mottled green in color.
A large leprechaun?
Probably broken off the body someplace.
Maybe mine, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It's part of something alive. Something that must be incredibly, unbelievably huge.
Well, it's almost big-like.
I think it's from an insect.
An insect?
Here.
Here, happy belated birthday.
Doesn't look very fearsome, reduced in size like that, does it? The ant inside this amber is at least 90 million years old.
And so it's turned into a beetle.
Where?
Now, we've been able to learn from pieces of amber like this that certain ancient insect forms have continued without variation until today, that others have changed to meet changing conditions, and certain species have vanished completely.
I just can't believe that an insect as large as you suggest ever existed.
Look behind you on the wall, Professor.
Made you look.
What? Where?
That prehistoric dragonfly measures 2 feet from wingtip to wingtip. And like the modern dragonfly, it too was a flesh eater.
All right, it's big, but it's only 2 feet. Is that the best you can do?
I never suggested I was looking for a dragonfly.
So shut your fat gob.
Now, what are you looking for?
To be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure.
What are you doing tonight, sweet cheeks?
You're a pathologist, Professor Gunther. The field of pathology is limited.
It's pathetic.
But the paleontologist field isn't narrow to what we understand. On the contrary, we stretch our understanding to try and take in the universe.
All right. Suppose, just for the sake of argument, that we admit such an insect once existed. How could it be alive today?
Exactly. Even the recently discovered prehistoric Siberian mammals were dead. The natives ate the flesh, used the skin for clothing, made tools from the ivory tusks. But the mammoths were dead.
Are you sure they were dead?
Why?
Everyone knows they were.
Everyone says they were.
But everyone lies.
Suppose the Siberians hadn't been in such a hurry to slice them up for steak. Suppose they were still alive when found in the ice.
Jerk.
Does your learned young friend always go on like this?
All right, Professor. You know as well as I do that if living organism is frozen quickly enough, it is theoretically possible to stop the living protoplasm from changing their geometrical patterns,
Punch him in the
which
throat.
always happens when death occurs.
Beat him.
Theoretically, yes.
Is it unreasonable then to ask yourself whether the mammoths mightn't have remained alive all those years, and it was the Siberians who killed them before they had a chance to thaw out and breathe again?
Damn Siberians wreck everything.
You believe this?
Well, I don't disbelieve it, and I'll go along with it till someone comes up with a better theory.
Leave me alone.
5 men have vanished.
My heart.
To die is one thing.
Oh,
To
God.
disappear without a trace suggests complete destruction. A flesh-eating creature.
But there are scores of insects that live on other insects. Where do you start?
By thinking of the hook as though it were infinitely smaller, as though it were part of an insect no larger than those we know today, like, the grasshopper, the beetle, or the cricket. Then ask yourself, what flesh-eating insect of normal size has such a hook?
A
Ned, you're
worm?
making a lot of assumptions.
Chicken.
Every paleontologist does.
Dung beetle.
You start with a jawbone, a couple of teeth, you figure whether they come from a flesh or a grass eater, and you go from there.
A
Kitten?
normal insect that is a flesh eater.
I've narrowed the field to 1.
Should we narrow it further?
Mrs. Beatrice Torgeson of Maple Plain has spurs like
The
that.
diet consists mostly of small insects such as leafhoppers, grasshoppers, caterpillars, and others. A substantial part of the diet may also include small frogs and lizards. The female is larger than the male and invariably destroys her mate when he's fulfilled his function in life.
Oh, sorry, this is about Ukrainians.
Now, the hook they found on the plane may very well be a spur from one of its forelegs. If this is it, as large as the monstrous creature we're looking for, I doubt whether anything that ever lived could be as deadly. It's strong beyond anything its size suggests. It walks, leaps, and flies.
And snowboards.
Its appetite is insatiable.
You mean this cute little bug?
Yeah, that cute little bug. In all the kingdom of the living, there is no more deadly or voracious creature than the praying mantis.
Hi, folks. Don't worry, I'll be in the picture from here on in.
Oh, big parallel bars there.
The blubber shipment's in.
Yay.
Stop laughing with your wife and get out here.
It's the mighty Quinn.
Is there a sale on bowl haircuts?
Coming up. Ooh.
First down.
Inuit Baywatch.
Hey, Mike, I can row a bow canoe. Get it?
No. I don't know what that means.
Complex. If everybody had a kayak across the Bering Strait.
Straight in a Chevy for a kayak.
Everybody's going to the store for chocolatey cocoa marsh.
Last one to the Gulf of Mexico buys lunch.
It's kind of bad timing. They're just about to toss Grandma out onto the tundra.
Riddling ranters! Riddling ranters!
We have a thriving tobacco industry.
Hey, dude, there's great waves out there, man.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Good luck.
Bless us, O Lord, of these thy gifts. Get it? You're my gift.
The Teflon Mantis was acquitted in downtown Manhattan today.
Anything new on the disasters, General?
Nothing else, gentlemen. Say, you're Dr. Jackson in the Museum of Natural History, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, what have you been called in for?
Dr. Jackson is an old friend of mine.
That's not answering his question,
You're a
General.
paleontologist. Isn't this out of your line?
Have you any theories, Dr. Jackson?
Gentlemen,
We just got married, okay?
if you were in my position and what you had was a theory, not facts, just a theory, I'm sure you'd withhold it to avoid any speculation that might prove disastrous. I'm sure you realize this, and that you'll cooperate with us to avoid panic or hysteria.
Or we'll have to declare martial law and shut down the papers again.
I know I can count on all of you.
I sure wish Hildy Johnson was still working.
Well, good luck to you, Ned.
Thanks. I'll do my best.
There goes the least limited paleontologist I've ever known.
Bound copies of Varmint Master magazine, couple of Toblerone bars.
Joel Gray and draft.
Hi.
Almost ready?
I close this.
I'm told the Air Force doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I know I'm coming. Here, make yourself useful.
Thanks for breaking my nose, you creep.
Nice of you to see me off.
I think so.
She's like a manly Eve Arden, isn't she?
Hide the bomb, hide the bomb.
You know, the Arctic's about the only place where I haven't worked in.
You have my makeup case.
Are those mine, too?
No, Doctor, they're mine.
Oh.
A woman with luggage?
Yours?
Well, you couldn't go along without your photographer, could you?
My what?
Well, I phoned General Ford's office and requested permission for you to take your photographer along. I guess he forgot to tell you.
Oh.
Boy, this is really going to be a story.
You'd do almost anything for a story, wouldn't you?
Almost.
Would you put clams up your nose?
Well, come on.
Oh, he's going to be a lot of fun on this vacation.
Wait up, Bob. You know, she didn't want to have so many little planes, but her husband was a DC-10 who just couldn't keep his wings off her.
Look at that. It's a huge dead zebra up there.
Well, this is one of those planned curling communities.
The teenage suicide capital of the world.
I think I just set a big bomb off.
Colonel, sir. Dr. Jackson is here from Washington. He's got a... there's a... Speak up. He's with a woman.
With breasts and everything.
Female woman. I thought they'd stop making them.
I'll show them in.
Corporal Donnie Most.
Those gosh darn heteros. What are you gonna do?
Come in, Miss Girly, Womanly, Female, Feminine Dame thing.
Oh, where's the woman? Oh, ooh.
I'm Ned Jackson, Colonel. I'm sure that Washington...
Lukewarmness at first sight.
Excuse me. This is Miss Marjorie Blaine, Colonel Joe Parkman.
General Ford sent me up. I'm magazine editor for the Museum of Natural History.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I asked you first.
That'll be all, men.
Yeah, I think this guy is familiar with dishonorable discharge.
Gonna see strange things behind that glass, ma'am.
It looks like you don't have too many women up here, Colonel.
Hey, well, we have a little joke up here.
Woman.
Say there's a girl behind every tree.
Woman. Show us your lady things.
No, no. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Better let me drive, my friend.
No, that's okay. I'm all right.
Hey, Mike, let's fire up the radio. Okay. I'm a fantastic driver, and I should take the next 100 light years.
No, and again, no, Tom.
Just hanging around with a rodeo clown in the back of my GM sleigh.
Mama, knock me down again.
Ah,
well,
that stinks out loud, huh?
18 wheels, 18 bears, and 18 heads of beans. Stuff seems to be pretty popular.
Newer occasions, the Oort Cloud and the Belt of Orion. Member FDIC.
Your crank has turned to Frank. Here's Earl.
A big woman balloon.
Yeah.
I cried 1,800
What is with this?
years over you. What, are we in the southern portion of the galaxy now? Jeez. Girl, honey. When you killed me, I died. Sick dog.
This is depressing.
Dad, you would put in a tape, why don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, help us
That's
out.
not good. Hold on now. Let me spin it around here. We'll find something.
This is Nebular Public Radio.
Oh,
serving
finally.
Greater
Here
Crab
we go.
Nebula for over 200 years.
Hello, my friends. This morning we paid tribute to the music of Skinny Wilson.
What?
Public radio.
I like this song.
You'll love this. It's called popular music.
Clay Shaw throws another party.
Don't ask, don't tell, but have a darn good time.
Vogue all that you can, Vogue.
Daddy.
Oh man, he's Donnie Mosting out of control now.
Gentlemen, this is Miss Marjorie Blaine. I thought you wouldn't mind too much if she had a look around your recreation room.
Oh, she's like a butterfly gliding across a lily pond.
Making Google eyes at your mom.
Yes, Corporal?
Bob Crane, what's on?
Well, with your permission, sir, would it be all right if... Would it be all right if I asked Miss Blaine to dance, sir?
Corporal, that decision is entirely up to Miss Blaine.
Yes, sir.
No hit, Mommy.
Well, Miss Blaine, would you care to...
Love me?
What I mean is, well, I'm not...
At all attractive.
Yes, Corporal, I'd love to.
Smooth as silk, huh? I still got it.
Ice Station Fargo.
Oh. He has the hardest time buying shirts. With the things.
I will destroy Christmas this year. I will.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem.
Ah. Remember the tension and breathtaking action of that map? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man, these time cards are confusing. 8 hours and 1 minute.
It's got curb feelers.
It's cold. My joints are frozen.
So the best minds of my generation, destroyed by madness.
Benedictus qui veni di nomine domini.
Keep getting 3. What the hell is...
Oh, not the Motel 6.
Just gonna sneak in and borrow their snowblower.
Giant Mantis.
Come on in.
Hi.
Hi, Ned. Thought you were going to join us.
I've been busy. You two run along. Have fun.
What are you up to?
I'm trying to figure out how big this thing is.
I'm gonna need at least 12 rooms.
You know, people used to think that carnivorous plants were the bunk.
It's a peeping mantis.
Actually, there are about 450 species of them. Some are almost 6 feet tall.
People think I'm fat, but I'm really just big exoskeleton.
I'm convinced that we're dealing with a mantis in whose geological world the smallest insects were as large as man. And that failing to find those insects for its food, it's...
What'd you say?
Well, it's doing the best it can.
If there is such a thing, why hasn't anybody seen it?
Well, those who have are dead.
But there was no room at the inn for the poor mantis on that wintry night.
Well, who can be sure? It may have been locked in a prison of ice millions of years ago.
What could have released it after all that time?
Oh, any sort of unusual vibration. You know how mountain climbers are afraid of thunder? Well, it's because the sound vibration might start an avalanche.
Is Dave there?
Look, shut up.
I'll just brush the snow after. Oh, I'm so clumsy. Sorry.
Oh, my arm's stuck.
No, that's the can.
Doggone balsa wood houses.
Yeah, I flit, I float, I fleet, I fly.
Everyone check their antifreeze, quick!
Colonel Mommy!
Condition red. Scramble on air.
School's out, snow day, yay!
Someone saw a deer in the parking lot.
Sorry, just trying to get a Heath bar.
Yeah, last night a raccoon and now this.
Oh, that slightly scraped my exoskeleton.
Ah, chemical peel, that feels good.
You know, I can only assume you're doing this on purpose.
Look, I just want my claw.
I'd like to point out that I mate and then I kill. Huh?
Mate. Whoa, mantis belches, they're the worst.
My, but he is stately.
It's totally boss and cool. I can't tear my eyes away.
Rodeo clowns.
He transmogrified.
I can't see a thing.
Lift us up where we belong, Roger.
Prepare to deploy giant facial tissue and smush the enemy. Over.
After a simple installation, you can enjoy 5 channels of porn.
Pretending I'm plotting, but I'm really leering.
Tom and Jerry, man?
Coffee, Colonel?
Head injury, Corporal?
It's fresh instant from concentrate.
The nutmeg was not fresh, sir. I'm sorry.
9 hours and not a whisper.
I've been busy, Phil.
Which is all right with me.
It's like Ralph Wade after a bender.
Eagle 1, this is Hunter 4.
It's Red Eagle 1.
Is it for me?
Hello, Hunter 4. This is Red Eagle 1. Go ahead.
We have nothing here. Request permission to return to base. Over.
No, I'm not here. No.
Request denied. Continue search procedure. Over and out.
There, Colonel
The only thing to do
Knob.
is to keep the patrols out straight around the clock until we're sure. And remember, I want to report on anything from Mid-Canada or Pine Tree. Anything. You understand?
Oh, no, sir.
Yes.
I don't understand anything.
Finished planning my route to Sturgis.
Dead Reckoning, starring Humphrey Mantis.
Got my J. Crew shirt on, all is well.
This is Colonel Parkman.
Colonel. Group Captain Hawkins, sir.
Yeah, mucky
This
pop.
is just a stab in the dark. But you chaps asked us
Yes.
to report anything unusual, and
Yes?
as I said...
Yeah, bugger rum then.
But we caught an unidentified object in
Yeah,
our
a bit
scope.
poggled. There's shin
Could have
off.
been a storm or a weather balloon.
Everything all
It was
bunged
a
up.
faint signal that came and went. But it might be that
Floppy
oversized
flops,
bug of
huh?
yours, eh?
What time was it?
Early.
Bit of a fizzy gig.
0400, I should say.
Thanks, Hawkins. Thanks very much.
Limey bastard.
0400. That's almost 6 hours after he left here. Now, it's 1,500 miles to the mid-Canada line.
No, he's out of our jurisdiction.
Well, that's no good. He'd have to be doing better than 200 miles an hour.
Why not, Joe? We're dealing with an insect. The deer fly does 600 an hour.
Yeah, and a rabbit can go Mach 5.
That's almost as fast as a jet.
The mid-Canada line is 1,500 miles south of here, right?
Right. And where was that weather shack for?
I don't know.
Right there, straight on the 80th meridian.
And the C-47 crash was here.
That's right, due south of the weather shack.
What are you getting at, Ned?
Shut
And
up,
the
Iris.
Eskimo village. Right there, between us and the C-47. Hey, wait a minute. He's been going straight south.
And he'll keep going south till he reaches the tropics, where he'll find the same kind of climate and jungle vegetation from which he came originally. Now, let's see. He'll probably pass over Labrador, Nova Scotia, then he'll hit the Gulf Stream.
Sure.
And I'm sure the warm air above the Gulf Stream will attract him, and he'll follow it all the way down to South America.
I've got Conad on the hot line, Colonel. They say it's important.
Thanks.
This is Conad.
This is Colonel Parkman. Are you sure?
Well, I mailed you the check.
Thanks.
I have no clue who that
Pine Tree
was.
got it, too. It went through Newfoundland. Well, it looks like we're on our way to Washington.
Come on, Mark. Grab your toothbrush.
Well, it's in the enlisted quarters.
You have a natural instinct to fly below radar.
Mantis wows crowds in Portland.
Well, I'd fear Mantis mounting, too.
Oh, that Bob Dornan.
All over the United States this morning, some 400,000 members of the Civilian Ground Observer Corps are gathered to learn more about this fantastic creature. This program is being presented by the Continental Air Defense Command. Our first speaker is Major General Mark Ford.
He's the very model of a modern Major General.
I want to say at the outset that contrary to rumor and certain newspaper headlines,
I'm not gay.
the so-called deadly mantis is no imaginary scare.
Sum up.
It's a very real and present danger.
Starring Harrison Ford.
With me this morning is Colonel Parkman, commanding officer of an advanced radar interceptor base deep in the Arctic Circle. Colonel Parkman?
Sorry, I dug a big hole.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen,
Lick me.
I saw this creature attack our base.
You're hurting today.
I visited the weather shack, and I also inspected the wreckage of the aircraft that this thing destroyed. Now, we have every reason to believe that the Mantis is flying south along the Gulf Stream. And we believe that it will be one of you devoted men and women of the Civilian Ground Observer Corps.
The
who
Lamadas.
spot it next time it appears. I have with me today Dr. Nedrick Jackson, curator of the Department of Paleontology of the Museum of Natural History.
And his puppet.
Dr. Jackson has something important to show you. Doctor?
I think this is going out all over Upper Canada.
Gingivitis is a major problem in America.
This object is a spur broken off the foreleg of the mantis when it destroyed the C-47.
Now for a word from Westinghouse.
The mantis is so small, it's difficult to measure. This spur
Man, this is my car.
nearly 5
Man.
feet long, which will give you some ideas to the creature's size.
You can get this with your pledge of
Thank you, Doctor.
$50.
Now, you ground observers are well trained in the identification of aircraft. Here,
Is a boxing nun puppet.
to scale, is the deadly Mantis. And here is the C-47, which it destroyed.
Separated at birth? You decide.
And one other thing.
I made all of this up, you dopes.
You spotters should listen for a loud droning sound, much like that of a squadron of heavy bombers flying in formation.
This will be me droning
The
on.
Coast Guard and the Navy have been alerted and are standing by on the eastern seaboard. If the Mantis is sighted, the procedure will be the same as though an enemy aircraft had been spotted.
Scream like hell and die.
Take no chances. Report any unusual flying object.
Now this
Thank
from Edsel.
Meanwhile, at the Imperial Palace in Beijing,
Well, 50s beachwear was much more conservative.
Charles Whitman lends a hand.
look harder, damn you!
Mantis land here. Mantis land here.
And radar is there.
Ah, Pismo Beach and all the clams I can eat.
The USS Walter Payton.
So why are there a whole bunch of dentists wandering around on the flight deck?
Hey, Calder and Radio Shack collaborated.
Quick, poopy suits on.
Don't you move.
All right, let's invade the Falklands again.
I can't get the knot untied.
Hail Ming.
Well, I suppose. Ah!
You know, one of those things can hurl a Cadillac a mile?
Why would you want to?
That's a good question.
Jets. Ooh.
Everyone's legs are sticking out.
I'm using my sunbeam facial mister.
Dan Fouts, fighter pilot.
Hey, his tip is off. No.
Fine. Hell with you guys.
Oh, wait, my thumb is stuck. I can't out.
Sky King.
Sky King.
Sky King.
And Sky King, brought to you by Nabisco.
I love my work.
All right, people, let's go kick some thorax.
Woo-hoo. Wait for me, Bob. Yeah, me too.
Star equals 210? What the?
Whoa, evasive.
Come on, I'm unique. I'm very rare.
That is one wily bug, gentlemen.
Yep, non-stop, high-speed, aggressive, non-action.
Target is down. Target is down. Cannot confirm
See, if
kill.
I quit
due to
smoking, I
overcast.
can save $4 a
Carrier.
week.
Out.
Let's go out over here now. Yeah, here is better. Woo-hoo.
It's great here. And now, morning reflections.
Whoa, pull up. I dozed off there.
Hello? Movie. Whenever you're ready.
The final desperate hours of the Dole campaign.
Where'd you outrage?
Here comes another one.
Consolidated dust down 13.
Granary fire in Minneapolis.
Oh, that grand.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Here's some power lines down near Richmond.
Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah.
No, Richmond, the United Arab Emirates. Wake up!
You know, he's got about 15 museum magazine writers buried out here.
Wow, this is hot.
We interrupt this program to bring you a news flash. A train
Duh,
wreck
I'm a
has
man.
been reported north of Laurel, Maryland on U.S. Highway 1. The engine and 5 cars were overturned in what appears to have been a freak accident. We will bring you further details as they come in.
It's only a few miles from here.
We'll have a look.
Well, see that we do.
Why don't they look, Ned?
Well, we got a good spot anyway.
It's Touch of Evil 2. This time it's a bug.
Sorry, Colonel. It's been a train wreck.
Let's move it.
Washington Road.
Heck
You
yeah.
detour to your left through Laurel.
Or just come under here.
Pretty bad? Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a trainload of maggots.
How'd it happen? Probably couldn't see the warning in the fog. Can't tell for sure. The engineer's still unconscious.
Joe, do you think it might?
Delay our dinner reservations?
Just an accident. Come on. Let's go.
Thanks.
Jeez, in or out with you two. Come on.
She lets one just before she gets in the car.
Oh, now.
Pish.
I think the train wreck put the cap on the evening that I needed. But
Woo, is that your hand?
Could we have edited this?
Mantis slowly pulls out and follows them.
Something we're supposed to be able to see.
Corner of Stop and Norton.
Present tongue.
What's he doing with his jaw? That's chilling. Yuck.
Oh my God.
Looks like Scott Hamilton here.
It's too dangerous to drive in fog like this. Remember what happened to that train back there?
She's retracting her neck like a turtle.
Brigadier General Love.
Colonel Feelgood.
This is more dangerous. We better get going.
But I got a mantis in my panties.
I see there's an Amanda Beardsley Film Festival.
So did you like meeting my privates? I mean the guys back at the base.
The bus is possessed by demons!
You never come back.
Oh, you've got your package, lady.
Thank you, driver.
I don't go there. I mean, you're welcome.
You know, it's good to get home safely with all the strange things going on around here.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, ma'am. You just be careful out in that fog.
Thank you.
They must have sprayed for deadly mantis here.
She has a temp job at Baskerville Castle.
She's a waitress at the International House of Usher.
She's home from the war. So sad, no one there to meet her.
Oh, the Mantis is systematically wiping out the transportation system.
Man in control.
Do you go to Venezuela?
The Mantis has joined the Birmingham bus boycott.
Hopefully John Madden was on that bus.
That would be nice.
The very latest report. An interurban bus was demolished at the intersection of Morton Avenue and Arlington Road. The cause of the accident, which occurred only 5 minutes ago, is still to be explained, since there was no other vehicle involved. This accident, in addition to the train wreck, which was reported a very short time before, makes a total of 7 accidents in this area within the last 24 hours.
Let's get that total up, people.
And this just in, the Colonel's advances were rebuffed once again. Sweaty hands slapped away, breasts escaped unharmed.
Ma'am, I have to ask you this. Do you have a giant exoskeleton?
Where'd you stash your 30-foot claw, man?
Blankets up here. What happened?
I haven't got any idea, Colonel. Something must have lifted the bus and smashed it. The front end's okay, so we know it didn't run into anything. You boys might just as well go back. There aren't any bodies. Oh, say, take care of this lady for me, will you, please?
Work her over. Make her talk.
Kinda puts me back in the mood, honey.
Attention. All military and civil defense personnel.
You cannot be turned down for this policy.
All police and fire department personnel. The Mantis has been sighted over Washington. I repeat, the Mantis has been sighted over Washington.
Let's go.
It's a talking motorcycle.
This is a general alert.
Hey, they all came out of the same tent. The president deploys a box of men.
Calling Mantis Man. Calling Mantis Man.
DM4.
Mr. Mantis goes to washing death.
Where's the outrage?
No, bad, down.
Bus drivers in love.
Jeez, could you put a warning light on this thing?
Oh, I do not want to see this.
No.
Well, at least the government should make him some underpants.
He's segmented for an easy feed.
Rock. 369 rock. Rock.
Andrew, can we use your Air Force base, please?
You know you wanted to see more airplane preparation scenes.
Yes. I swear I'm going to rinse this out someday.
It's chilly. I better put down the top.
That's the same jet. That's the same jet. Cheap.
Please go up. Come on, please go up.
You're grinding them.
I love how they're using jets from about 12 different eras.
Highway to the cheap stock footage.
Archer, this is Beagle 17. Airborne with 4 chickens heading 035.
What?
Over.
It's Colonel Parkman, sir.
You'll hang up and listen.
Beagle 17, Archer Control. Continue your present heading. Bogey at 12 o'clock, 100 miles. Maintain present airspeed, altitude at 5,000. Over.
Bogey fever, over.
Bogey tracking 150.
Grand Hotel, hold please. Grand Hotel, thank you. Grand Hotel.
I've got Baltimore, General. Go ahead, Baltimore.
Second plot 340, range 150. Unidentified object. Speed 250.
That's me, right there.
Altitude 2,000. Dropping fast.
Dixie 35 Bravo. Range 150. Speed 250. Altitude now 2,000. Dropping fast.
It's still moving northeast.
You think you'll be able to drive it out to sea?
I hope so.
Police, I'm being peeped.
Air defense warning red. Stand by to lock on. Baltimore, warning red. Philadelphia, warning red. I repeat, red.
Blue, sir?
Attention, Mitchell Field. Warning red.
So it's orange then.
Pass to all gun sites. Guns free. Fire at any object not identified as friendly.
Head out on that highway, looking for adventure.
Yeah, Servo.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Do you know how to drive?
That's exactly what I was wondering. Yeah, darling, gonna make it happen. Meet the
Watch out, because there's a thing in the road right up there. I mean, if you just keep to the left, you're gonna
Mike, would you please? Oh, now look what you made me do.
I didn't make it. Cam, give me rocket number 9.
An innocent creature.
Oh, I'll go get it, you big babies.
One of God's children, Mike, and if it's dead, I'll never forgive myself for letting you make me kill it.
I know.
Hey! Hey! It's alive! It's alive! Come here, boy!
Hey, look at him.
Yeah.
He likes you.
Yeah, isn't that darling? Get away now.
Can we keep him, Mike? Can we keep him, huh?
Well,
guys.
I don't know. You know, I think we better release him back in.
He's eating me.
No, he's not, Crow.
Oh, come on, he likes you.
Oh, yeah, he likes me. He's eating me. Hey, down, boy. Down. You drop me.
You know what? I think he is eating him.
Yes, that's right. There is digestion occurring. Wow. Surprisingly caustic stomach fluid. Ow.
Okay, hang on there, Crow. I think I have an idea. Clear the deck.
All right. Hey, that was me, Mike. Thank you.
Okay, I've got another idea. Okay.
Hang on, friend Crow.
A little cherry bomb there.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I took most of that, Mike. Look, I've been eating. I'm gone. Goodbye.
One more idea, Crow. Hang on.
Mustard, deli style. Okay,
salt,
Little bits of me
mustard,
might
little
survive,
epicac,
although
honey.
most of me does seem to be digestible. Whoa! Phew.
Here we go. Come on. Bring it up. Bring it up, honey. There we go. There, see? He didn't mean to eat you.
Look at me. Why don't you just tuck me back in?
We'll be right back.
Okay, spit, boy. Spit.
Rock, 369 Rock.
Dixie 35 Bravo, 342, range 110.
I win.
Victor 25 Victor, 352, range 110.
Is this really all I can be?
Wow, the Earth has really built up over the last 30 million years.
This is Bernard Shaw. I'm under the table now.
Why don't they just open Earth's door and let it out?
The nation might be overreacting.
Victor 25 Victor.
I'm turning into a wolf. Over.
Victor 25 Victor, contact lost.
Dixie 35 Bravo.
I wish I was in Dixie 35 Bravo.
You've dropped below the radar net.
Well, does that mean you've lost it?
I don't know. What do you think?
One of the ground observers will pick it up.
I love you, Alice B. Tokless.
Keep watching the skies, Eleanor.
His horn's stuck.
Joni and Potsy, look on.
Ron, this is 19 Hotel.
We have bingo.
Train, flying east.
Let us down.
Yeah.
James.
Initial track, Bravo Golf.
Do you guys have to stand there?
39 at 25.
I drew a
Going
duck.
northeast.
Eagle 17, Archer Control. Vector 190. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Steady on course, 20 miles, over.
I'll check on your order, sir.
That'll put it over Newark in a few minutes.
Great, we can solve 2 problems at once.
Should we take down that big ape on the Empire State Building while we're here?
Scooch, over.
We accelerated to Mach 1, but the deer flies still outpaced us.
Top bug.
Archer, this is Beagle 17. When steady on Vector, bogey will be 12 o'clock.
The June Taylor fighter planes.
Identify markings properly. Make sure it's not a civilian passenger, Mantis. Over.
Oh, man, what a beautiful night for flying. Hey!
Curse you, Red Baron.
I'm in love!
He's really dainty when he's flying.
And he's wearing a bustle.
Flame out on Hinder 1.
He's beaten us. Suggest we turn over reins of power.
Archer Control, this is Beagle 17.
Arf, arf.
We've splashed Mantis. Give me pigeons to home plate.
No, we really need you to stop talking funny and kill that big bug. Over.
Banzai, I am Divine Wind.
He's got a nice lazy boy.
Good one, Colonel. Over.
What color is that parachute?
I love New York in June. How about you?
10 years later.
Meanwhile, the city hoses down Pavarotti's sheets.
Why are you guys doing this?
Hey, Bud, it said on television that the flyer who shot him down is going in the tunnel after him. Did you see it crawl into the tunnel? Hey, Bud.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Hey, Bud. Bud.
And maybe this guy had volunteered to smear himself with peanut butter and stand on the Chrysler building.
It ain't out here, Mac. Anybody killed?
I only know what I read in the paper. Hey, smart guy, I thought I told you to stay under that rope. Now, come on, get back there.
Mr. Winchell, please.
All right,
Stop the music. Stop the music.
Tell it to your mayor, will you?
Hey, a Swiss Army panel truck.
Oh, they're sending in Elizabeth Dole.
Rock.
I think they've got ice cream.
It's ice cream.
It's ice cream in there.
I want a fudgicle. I want a fudgicle.
I'm gonna dreamsicle. Do you have any dreamsicles?
Maybe a bomb pop.
Ice cream.
These sheets were trying to use our drinking fountain, sir.
That's all the smoke we need. Shut it off.
Wait, you needed smoke?
How much longer do you think it'll take? Well, we got about a 90% saturation of smoke in the tunnel now. I don't think we can do any better, General. We'll be lucky if we can hold what we've got.
Those wet tarpaulins will hold the smoke all right. Just keep pumping.
Thank you, sir. You keep pumping, too.
Hey, come on, I got tickets for the Meadowlands.
Bishop Sheen, Miss LaGuardia, Mr. Dewey.
Oh, they're gonna tow the Mantis.
Well, he's deadly, but he's parked in the yellow zone.
Mom made me wear my rain suit.
Everything's under control on the Jersey side, sir.
What about the smoke?
It's backed in solid. The tarp's holding it fine.
Did you go inside?
Yes, sir, but we didn't get too close.
How far in do you estimate it to be?
Oh,
Hey.
I'd say about a quarter of a mile from this end.
That puts the Mantis below the water line.
And your point?
I don't think we ought to wait much longer, sir.
Make it so.
Ned?
There's no question in my mind that he's mortally wounded. If we can keep him in that tunnel, he'll die.
Is there anything between us and the Mantis in this end?
17 cars, according to the automatic counters.
Breaks through those tunnel walls. We'll have a flood on our hands.
General Crybaby Montague.
What do you say, General?
Could we run?
Go ahead, Joe.
Let's go down to the Broadway show.
Good luck, Joe.
Joe's got back.
Gentlemen, let's do some beekeeping.
All right, men. We've all been told what to do.
Ignore it. It's all
The
crap.
purpose of that smoke in there is to give us cover. Use it. Now, which of you men are carrying the chemical mines?
None of us, I guess.
Stay up front with me. And remember, those 3 RG mines are effective only in a limited area. So watch for my signal before you throw them.
Hello?
All right, men. Check masks.
Your own mask.
Let's go.
I need to talk about our relationship right now.
She's wearing a good Republican cloth coat.
Meanwhile, in the men's bathroom at Giant Stadium.
Gentlemen, we face an enemy which is yucky.
You're not wearing a thing under this, sir.
Oh, thank God for the total body condom, soldier.
Sir, will we have time to pop back and change after this? I have theater tickets tonight.
Ironically, they still have to pay the toll.
The Gordon's fishermen go high-tech.
Oh, you have the right to an entomologist. If you're found guilty, you'll be pinned to a giant piece of cardboard.
Hey, at least send me in a stick and a couple pieces of grass. I have nothing to perch on.
So much rage, so much anger.
Yeah, I want the names of those June bugs coming in from Utica, Mantis.
Kelsey, throw us the keys.
Well, this guy's insurance only covers destruction by giant arachnids.
Sir, have we failed yet?
You look like a big percolator, sir.
That's enough, soldier.
Stop it.
Quiet.
And suddenly the lights come on in a car and the Mantis peels off.
Stub one of his many toes.
Sir, I'm not judging, but it seems like we should be able to find a giant mantis.
This is a bug hunt, man. A bug hunt. It is.
Sir, when I was in the 3rd grade, I bought a bug collection, never did the assignment. I think I should be excused.
Oh, man, I've got phlegm. Ugh. Oh, sorry, just gotta clear my throat out. Sorry.
He's hired a 50-foot Alan Dershowitz to defend him.
The Fruit Loop Brigade.
And you overheat. What a rotten day, tell you.
I think I see him. Oh, that's a giant potato beetle.
I hope my operatives are all right.
What's the meat thermometer on my head say?
The cast of Outbreak in The Untouchables.
Mantis is disguised as a highway worker, but his giant ovipositor gives him away.
Mantis isn't here. He just left. Thanks.
Hello, Colonel. I knew it would be you at the end.
Give me the Wheaties.
We're very alike, you and I, Colonel. Join me. No, you care too much, don't you?
Kiss my thorax.
Maybe he just wants a hug.
Sir, I just remembered you didn't tell us what your plan is or anything.
E.T., go home.
Typical human. Bring a gun to a car fight.
Oh, sorry. Whoa.
I'm a Mantis. I spell M-A-N-T.
Quick, hose down another tarp.
Gollum is bigger than I thought.
I think he likes you, sir.
I got big eyes. That means I'm cute.
And with a mighty...
For some reason, this brings the Serbs into the war.
It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub.
You look at me and you don't see there's someone who loved his mother before he ate her.
I'm just glad to know you guys are backing me up. I think we should... Hey!
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen.
Oh, those Eskimos are backing up on me.
See, the thing is, he was big and dumb even in his own time.
Funny gag gas.
Truckin'. Get it?
Why don't you ask me to leave and see what happens? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, was that for me?
Yeah, see, the thing is, once he's dead, it's Mantis meat sandwiches for months.
Colonel, if we frag you, don't take it personally.
Hi, Deadly Mantis. Hi.
It was a good ride.
Tell all 50 million of my children that I love them.
Move towards the bug zapper, Mantis.
I'm going down a long pest strip.
Lord, I've tried to be a good Mantis. I've prayed.
Hold my hand.
I hear those gentle voices calling, big green bug.
Tell the Eskimos that I deeply respect their culture, but Also very delicious.
Now he expels acrid, burning fluids from every orifice.
Live fast, die really old.
Still, that was sadder than terms of endearment. You gotta admit.
By coincidence, the coroner calls in sick.
There's got to be a morning after.
Hi. We brought you a hot dish to see you through your grief.
Visitation will be from 2 to 4 in the Lincoln Tunnel.
Anyone else filled with an overwhelming sense of regret?
Yeah, honey, I pretty much fragged him single-handed.
There's your cover for next month's magazine, Marge.
Oh, I don't know. We got good pictures of the volunteer appreciation luncheon.
This is as nude as she ever gets.
Well, go on. Take your pictures.
Yeah, the Taliban militia shocked by her conservatism.
Would you mind telling me what's so funny, Colonel?
Who, me? Oh, nothing at all. Can I help you with your camera?
No, thanks.
Like she's a real photographer. She's just a woman. No, take the picture, really, woman.
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 Mr. Tiss, a question?
Exactly where did you crash into him, Joe?
Oh, is that me?
Well, just about center of the right-hand side. If you'll follow me, I'll show you, sir.
Oh, could I get some ginger ale and saltines? I feel yucky.
What? How do I don't...
Yeah, baby, move a little closer, huh? You ever been to the Copa? I can get you in, baby.
We have received top clearance to play on him.
There, I think you can see right there, sir.
That's a big buck.
Base of the neck. Ned, what do you call...
He's flipping us off!
Look out, Marge!
My brownie camera.
Just wanted to cop the feel. Ugh.
I thought you said you killed it.
Don't blame Joe. That was an auto-reflex mechanism. It's dead, all right.
I got an auto-reflex
Here,
mechanism
put me
right
down.
here.
I said put me down.
Don't you like it, woman?
Don't you like it up here?
I've got pictures to take.
Well, that can wait.
Intimidate, oppress.
This is no place for romance, Joe Parkman.
You'll never get my good stuff.
What about my pictures?
Oh, there'll be pictures, all right.
He felt the warmth of her body through the 13 layers of heavy cloth clothing.
I don't feel bad for losing my girlfriend.
Yeah, real funny.
Well, couldn't make it here. Can't make it anywhere, I guess.
And hit it!
Now, are we supposed to read this from right to left or left to right?
You know, I don't think any of these people are players, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
What the heck was Mrs. Farley? Was that the Mantis?
Ah, General Kingsley Pissy Pants Mountbatten, played by Donald the Puss Randolph.
So are they assuming we all have terrible reading disorders?
And
keep watching the ground.
And
leaving. Just forget it. We're leaving.
I made a meatloaf.
Hey.
Wow, would you look at that? I thought we were out of meat.
Oh, no. We had meat. Plenty of meat.
Wow, try a little of that there. Oh, man. Bro, that is delicious.
Unusual texture, but with a nice blend of spices.
And I made gravy.
Well, what do you know? Aren't you going to have some, Crow?
Oh, I did already. You go ahead and eat. Manja.
That was delicious. Bro, I meant to ask you, how's that creature we hit earlier?
Oh, he's fine. He's, juicy, you know.
Juicy?
Oh, did I say juicy? I meant he's well marbled with a kind of piquant aftertaste. I mean, he's good, isn't he?
We're lost in time and space. Mail call.
Yeah, but the service is really good up here.
Look, it's a letter from Peanut.
Peanut! Oh, look at this. Peanut. He says, Dear Mike and all, blast from end of world hurled me back in time to the year 2112. Weather's been great. Live in Wisconsin, met a nice girl.
Oh,
and he
that's
sent a
nice.
picture. He says her name is Ludmilla Nelson.
Uh-oh.
Relative of yours, Mike?
Oh, come on. I mean, what are the odds of that?
Why don't you put that on Still Store there, Cambot?
Yeah, put that up there.
I see a resemblance, Mike.
Congratulations, Mike.
Come on, it doesn't look anything like me. Get
Oh,
outta
Mike,
here.
your precious granddaughter or your lovely big-boned great-granddaughter.
Whatever, it's certainly a joyous day for any Nelson woman when she meets the ape of her dreams.
Oh, Mrs. F is calling.
Mrs. F.
Nelson, you shook me once, but I'm still here. Never forget that.
Foghat lawgiver?
Yeah, whatever. Because, Nelson, you can never escape me.
Hey,
Because
sweet corn. Let's stop for some sweet corn.
No, I don't want to stop for sweet corn.
Oh.
Wherever you go, Nelson, I will be there.
More sweet corn and pumpkins and corn. Let's get a corn.
Look, are you bored? Do you want to drive?
Sure.
Right.
Okay, I got it. Wait, I'm looking. I gotta see if I can. Wait.
Nelson, I will hunt you down. I will find you, Nelson. Because no matter where you go, Nelson, who will be there but Mrs. Pearl Forrester? Bubble!
Oh, she's like a butterfly gliding across the lily pond.